Hello, my fellow gardening gals and guys. Welcome back to my channel, Serenity Now Garden. Today I'm going to take you on a stroll through the Minnesota Landscape Arboretum. It's just going to be kind of a slow walk through, just relaxing, set to music. I'm not going to put any names of the plants up. That might take a little too long. I'll kind of go through what I see, and I hope you guys enjoy. So, this first part is more of a shade area. You could see some Japanese forest grass there and some hostas in the background. It's a perfect overcast day. Not too many people here. That looks like a Francis Williams hosta. Those get quite large. So this is just near the entrance by the visitor center. You can see some Japanese painted ferns. Those are a really good companion plant for hostas. They just do great in the shade. So the Minnesota Landscape Arboretum is in Zone 4B, where I garden as well. More hostas, ferns. A few more hostas. You'll see some coral bells and I like this little area here. It has some like spent alliums in the back there. And there's some ligularia. Those will get yellow blooms. It's a little bit rainy today. That's a Montana hosta right there. I want one. They get quite large, but look at the leaf structure. There is an area I'm going to take you through. I am a hosta collector. We're going to go through the Hasta Glen today a little bit later, and you'll see just some gorgeous hostas. You just want like one of every single one. That looks like maybe First Frost or Liberty hostas up there, and some hosta elegans in the back, the big ones. Or you could see caladiums. I thought this red plant was really interesting. I believe it's called bloodroot. We'll get to a close-up in a bit. It's just like a perfect day. It's July 3rd. Not too many people here. There's some catmint there. I think there's that bloodroot again. Let me kind of show you a bit closer. And some more spent alliums there in the back. More catmint. There's the Japanese forest grass. Most of the Japanese forest grass here is the all gold variety. It just really pops. I highly recommend that for any shade areas. There's some irises in the back there. Now, I could just spend all day at the Landscape Arboretum, but we'll kind of go a little bit faster through here just so the video's not so long and I can get you some highlights here. I mean, look at the stems on this plant. They're like hot pink. There we go. So blazing rose, bloodleaf, not bloodleaf. So pretty. So I would have to look that up. I'm not sure if it's an annual or perennial. These look like some June hostas. Everyone needs some June hostas. They have the really blue on the outside with the green on the inside of the leaf. Gorgeous. Look at some of these like weeping evergreens. They're just amazing. Got a little creek and waterfall here. So peaceful. Look at the colors they decided to use, like the blues next to the greens, next to the yellows. It's just gorgeous. See that yellow cypress in the back? It just pops. And this is some prickly pear cacti. These are actually cold hardy, so they come back every year in Zone 4B here. That creek is just gorgeous. That's something that I need to do better with my garden. I like to come here just to get some plant inspo, basically. I need to plant some more evergreens, I think, just for that year-round color. And just that interesting texture. It just contrasts so well next to each other. Bunch of ground cover sedums in the back there. So yellow this time of year. Along with some blue spruce looking evergreens. So this is called the Perennial Garden. I'll kind of just stop on a couple plants here that catch my eye. Like you could see this purple one there. I'll zoom in. So that, look how purple that is. That is sea holly. Really cool looking. Lamb's ear, is that white? More Japanese forest grass. It really stands out in the shade. The sprinklers are going off here, but some coral bells there. And check out the blue on this delphinium. It caught my eye across the whole garden. I love delphiniums. There's some more on the other side here. Aren't they pretty? I just have such an interesting flower spike on it. And the lupine, or lupin as they call it here, these grow really good here in Minnesota. They're even natives up north, and they could just naturalize and really take off. So this is more of the annual garden that we're walking into here. I mean, check out some of these. There's some Cleosa, I believe, that reddish there. Can you just imagine how much it would cost to put a garden like this in? Begonias, I mean, gorgeous, but look at this foxtail fern. I thought that was so cool looking. Just really cool texture. Here's some begonias here. Those begonias will bloom like till it frosts, basically. I just love how they mixed in those foxtail ferns, though. You could see some cannas in the back there for some height. Coleus all over. These will grow in even more. I do some annuals in my garden, but I like perennials best, of course. Here's some petunias. But if you really want that color all season long, that's the way to go, is annuals. There's some spent alliums in the back there. I like that. And look at the smoke bush. It's huge, and it's just got done blooming, and it's all like smoky now, so this is still part of the annual gardens. And some caladiums or elephant ear and some variegated iris, it looks like, of some sort. Looks like some papyrus there. Some tropicals. Honestly, like I said, I could stay here all day, but that video would probably be like about 3 hours long. So I apologize if I'm going a little fast, but I want to fit everything in. Look at that Cleosa. Gorgeous on the right there in the back. And now we're getting more into the rose garden here, so look at that foliage. Gorgeous. And I wanted to touch on the rock garden here. So I have a small rock garden myself. I wanted to look and just see interesting plants. We have some sedums, we have alpines, we have succulents, like sempervivum. We got, look at some of these evergreens in here, some weeping evergreens. Just looking for some inspiration of what I want to plant next. A lot of these plants are really small. Look at that weeping evergreen in back. That looks like a cypress, that yellow. My rock garden is very small, but always looking for ideas. There's some blue fescue on the right. I do have one of those. And look at this interesting little crevice garden here. It's got some various succulents. Just so cool. I mean, they can just grow anywhere. Now we'll head into the Japanese garden. This is one of my favorites. It's just so calm. It's not like too much color. Just a lot of greens and really cool statues. A lot of ground cover. And of course some water features. Isn't it calming? Look at the evergreens in back. I would love to do this in part of my yard. Check out that little water feature there. Some really tall evergreens in the back. This waterfall actually wasn't on, but I could stay here all day. It just feels so like clean and like zen. Isn't that a picture? I'll use that as my thumbnail, I think. And I just wanted to take a picture of this tree. I do not know what it's called, but just the twisted nature of it. So cool looking. Okay, guys, we are headed into the Hasta Glen. For all my fellow hosta lovers out there. Now, I don't know every single variety. Hopefully you could see, you could maybe just like stop on a, pause on a picture, maybe zoom in if you could see some of the signs, but here's the Hasta Glen. And there are a lot of varieties in here. I mean, look at the tall ones in the back. They're more like vase-shaped. And then the lower ones in the front. I found a couple today that I definitely am going to plant up. I'll show you a little closer. As soon as I come across something really interesting, I'll try to zoom in. But just the different colors next to each other, the contrast, it's just gorgeous. Doesn't it feel like just so lush? There's a June hosta on the right, one of my faves. Really interesting leaf structure there. Fragrant blue, I never even knew they made that. Fire and ice, that's always a nice one. I heard it could be a little bit hard to grow in certain areas, but I do want to get one of those. It's just so bright. Really lightens up an area. Look at all these different leaf structures. Some are more pointed, some are lower to the ground. Everyone needs a Liberty hosta too. I think if these were getting a little more sun here, they would be a little brighter. I just got one of these. So they can get quite large though. It's Earth Angel right here. It's like, it looks like an elegance in back, or maybe a blue angel, but this Earth Angel has got the yellow variegation on the edges of the leaves. I just love all these different colors next to each other. And good old halcyon. Look at how powdery blue that halcyon is. I have a couple in my yard. It looks so good next to like a yellow or a... That's a Francis Williams, I believe. But anyways, yeah, the halcyon looks so good next to green or yellow. I would say my favorite are the blues, though. There's just something about that powdery blue. This almost looks like a guacamole. Yeah, well, I want one of those too, and one of those. Are anyone else hosta lovers like me out there watching? If so, put some of your favorite hostas in the comments. I would love to read those comments. Get some of my own. I believe this is a St. Paul. Yeah, right there with that like blue stripe, St. Paul. And on the left, check out this. This is like a drinking gourd. If they're like cupped, those leaves on the bottom there. How interesting. I have to get one of those. Really cool next to that St. Paul too. There's another Montana. Check out how big the leaves are. That's my next one. I gotta get that. It's one of those really big ones. Look at this leaf structure here. I can't read what that is called, but those like narrow pointed leaves, how cool. I mean, that one is really cool too. I mean, look at the leaf structure on some of these here. Just how it's lined in white there. It's just so interesting. This is actually lungwort or pulmonaria. So my husband thought it was a spotted hosta right there, but it's just a good companion plant. These are mini hostas right here on the very bottom there. I believe that's blue mouse ears. All right, now we're going to a different area here. There's some astilbe that are blooming right now. They love water. We came across this little koi pond. You can see the koi swimming. And this variegated Solomon seal, it's native here. It's just really caught my eye. I wish this was more deer resistant, or I'd planted it in more areas, but I think I'm gonna have to plant some of that up. And check out that, there's a waterfall out in the distance there. How calming. Like I could just sit here forever. They really do a good job at this Minnesota Landscape Arboretum. I'd highly recommend a visit. There's also trails you could walk, and it's just gorgeous. Alright, here's some azaleas here that we're going under with some Japanese forest grass. I'm not sure what kind of hosta this is, but doesn't it just really make that area bright? And that Japanese forest grass just like cascades. It just has such a cool pattern. I have a couple of those planted, but they have a little ways to go. Some more Solomon seal variegated there. Such a cool leaf structure. I really like it next to those blue hostas too. And some Brunnera, great for dry shade. They don't like much sun at all. This is just such a great day. I could just sit here. Look at the birch. More ferns, hosta. There's some plants I've never even seen before. I don't even know what they're called. But I really hope you guys like that. Thank you for joining me and happy gardening. Take care.